Alrighty. It is time. It is time, everyone. I need to move my microphone. Hold on. I'll turn the camera on here in a second, but I need to move the microphone. Oh no, I'm tangled. Oh god. Alright. I need to get a new mic arm thing. Anyway. Bajing. What's going on? We got, let's see, we have 25 Peros. 25 Perez. We have Tito and Logan. Gay part, yes, the after party. The Chris is waiting patiently by the door. Yeah. Yeah, so we were just over at Chris the Comic Vet's channel, and this is the official after party. I think there's something else going on. I think there's another, at least one other live stream. I think another one's starting at 9:30 on somebody else's.
Hello, everybody.
I know the Comic Bookworm, I think, is live now doing his giveaway, which I didn't know about. So many giveaways. I would like to. I probably need to do a community post. Would be the best, but we can still talk about it during stream and stuff. I'm heavily considering changing community night, either just pushing it back further, or just maybe even changing the day completely. Like maybe, I don't know. Because originally I think I started doing it on Wednesdays because, at that point I didn't know. I was like, I didn't know what we were going to be doing. At that point, I don't think I was ever really thinking about doing video games. I think it took us a while to do video games and stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely became more, in a way, like more relaxed but more refined at the same time as time moved on. And I don't know. Because it was originally like my thought process was we'll talk about the new comics of the week, each week and blah blah blah. But I also I think I came from a bit of a point of privilege of getting to read my comics early.
Yeah.
And to think even in my brain I was like, well, I read my books early, but at that point at night they will have read their books. No, that's not how that works. Because, like, for example, over on Chris the Comic Vet's channel, they're just showing off their books. Like, they're not talking about the book. They might talk about, like, oh, this run's been good so far,
yeah.
but they're not actually talking about those books. A lot of people don't, get to read their books until much later that night or maybe later in the week or something. So, I don't know. I've been really thinking lately. One, because I want to do more community things, and one of them being I would like to be on Chris's Wednesday hangout a little more often. I think it's fun. I love showing off books. I love seeing what other people are picking up. I think it's just like it's a good, cool little environment to be in. And I don't know. I've never really been a big fan of like. Also, because when I started doing the live streams, I was like, I don't know what time to do it, what time to start, because I was like, I don't know. I'm a late night owl. Like, I'm up until at least 3 a.m. every day. Every day. Unless I'm super tired, I guess, and just pass out. But,
Come here, Stinky Waffle. You want to hold the waffle?
Anyway, but I know it's a weekday. People work and go to jobs early and whatever. So I'm like, I guess I'll try to start them at 8 o'clock. But I get off. We close at 7, and then we gotta sometimes we try to be out of there at like 7:02. You know what I mean? Like if we can, I'll get out of there at 7:02. But sometimes we end up taking a little bit longer. Somebody brought in a collection last minute, or just a bunch of people or whatever it is, or different things pop up, or sometimes I just don't feel like moving that fast. Hey waffle. But
He's a punk.
yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? I lost it. Oh yeah, but anyway, like now I'm in this like mode of like rush. Like I gotta get home, and also like it's a lot of other people in the comic community, when they stream, they just stream for like an hour. So like, you know, if you have to wait an hour to eat, you know, it's no big deal. But like for me, I usually try to get home and eat real quick before stream starts, because when we stream, you know, we might be on till midnight or something, you know, like.
I think that's about the latest we've gone.
Yeah, well, that's what I said, you know, or something. There's no set time for ending. It kind of just depends on
how we're feeling.
Well, how we're feeling, how much, like, if I have a bunch of other work I need to do, which I pretty much always have some amount of work I need to be doing. And, yeah, you know. But anyway, just kind of throwing those thoughts out there. Like I said, I'll probably be doing a community post, and just kind of seeing what, you know, might be a more convenient time for more people.
I ate during the stream, make soup, grilled cheese right now.
I want a grilled cheese, and
Can you
maybe
bring
soup.
us some?
Depends on the soup. Yeah, I don't have the luxury of eating during the stream.
I do
I
sometimes.
have to be streaming during the stream. But yeah, I don't know. I also
you have the
don't.
luxury of petting dogs.
I don't want to like screw up the vibe, because I like the community hangouts. Every Wednesday night, it's, you know, it's not the biggest crowd, but it's a good crowd, and I get it. This type of stream isn't for everybody. Some people, I feel like, come into the stream and are expecting, you know, strictly comic stuff, and this is kind of our opportunity to just like kind of kick back,
Vibe.
yeah, and just be like, we're just gonna hang out and, you know, talk to people and
Pet dogs, build Legos.
whatever we're gonna do, whether it's video games that night, or, which honestly, like, most of the time video games is well, we don't really have anything else to do. Like, we don't have Legos to build, we don't have any special thing to be doing, but like, we're always talking, or I'm always talking while we're doing whatever. Like, it doesn't matter what we're doing. And I'm always down to, you know, if somebody is in here and doesn't really care too much about figures or Legos or whatever else we're doing, but you have things you want to talk about, you know, I never have any problem
Getting distracted from another with another conversation.
well, not even that, but just like, I don't ever want anybody to feel bad, be like, oh, well, they're doing Legos, I shouldn't talk about comics right now, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a comic question, or if you have, like, it doesn't have to be a comic question, you know, if you want to talk about
Speaking of Legos,
a movie or a show or something that came out, or
we are an hour behind. So I say,
yeah, go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get started, because
I'm gonna
tonight's
start with the Hulk
not going to be a super late stream.
because I'm
despite
very
it-
tired.
Well,
I don't know if you can tell.
I got some eBay stuff to do. You could eat during stream, but we would make fun of you. Yeah, somehow. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I've thought about that.
Ow, were you stabbing my legs?
Well, I gotta cover
I don't know
here.
where my Lego sorter is, so I'm just dumping this.
So I
stuff
picked
out.
this up. It technically comes out next week. Don't tell anybody.
Super secret.
I need to adjust the settings on
Oh
my
my God,
camera
Waffle!
too. I
You went
know.
in for the
I
strike.
did. Cause that's like too bright, right? Right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I would mess around with my sentence, but anyway, I know I'm gonna get some
this is a
people
newer
laughing
piece of
at me for that part right there. But it, you know, it is a sweet Jenny Frizen. Had to pick it up, and honestly, it's a really nice foot. Feet are hard to draw. That one's done really well.
Marco likes the feet. Who would have thought?
No, I genuinely, I'm always super impressed with, like, a foot or a hand in a... No, just sit it down. I got a waffle and a comic in my
Yeah,
hand.
fair enough.
But anyway, with a foot or a hand drawn in a very peculiar position.
And that's both. A foot and a hand in a peculiar position.
Like, yeah, well, like, because, like, that hand, not easy to draw right there. I mean, the other one is significantly easier, because it's got the duck. It's pretty obscured. But this one right here, that's not easy to draw. And that foot, like, that is a difficult position to draw, because it's, like, also greatly distorted through perspective.
Yeah.
The way it's coming up, And then yeah, it's just done super solid. I really enjoy it.
No,
But anyway, yeah, I know y'all always making fun of me for something, so I know that one's gonna happen.
Kmart just put foot.
That's funny. Have you started Legion yet? No, I have not. We started well, there's only one out, so
Yeah.
whatever. But we started The Last of Us. We did that.
It's really good. Go watch it.
Yeah, no, The Last of Us is awesome. We haven't even played the game, but super super awesome show.
No, it's just Daphne being
Yeah.
gross back there.
What you doing back there, girl? Coughing
Being
up a
cat,
hairball.
Coughing.
She don't really do that too much
Yeah.
for real. But when she do,
It's gross.
I forget. Because it was
Susie.
Susie used to throw up all the time. All the time. It was awful.
Yeah. On the kitchen counter.
And it didn't matter. It didn't matter what type of food you got. None of that sensitive stomach stuff didn't help at all. I do feel like when you switched her over to different foods, it would help for like a little bit. But then, she started
Tricked her
throwing up.
stomach, and then it's like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to hate this.
Yeah. She just rejected all food. It was awful. Rejected and projected.
No, she looks fine with her.
Yeah. She needs some water.
Water. Walter.
But anyway, I don't know. Sometimes when we think about it, and it's one of those things like, it might
Big
be like next
camera.
week I'm like, new stream time. Or it might be like, 2 months from now. I don't really know.
Oh, that piece isn't even bend? That's kind of bogus.
I got 2 new slabs coming in tomorrow, y'all. I think I teased them in today's video. I can't remember. But if I didn't tease them, they're 2 cheap slabs. Both coincidentally 9.4s. Both from the 80s.
I still don't even know what they are.
Yep, I haven't told Chris yet. And even if I did, he probably would have forgot anyway.
Uh-huh.
And so anyway, yeah, 9.4s from the 80s. I bought the pair for $100. And they're both pretty weird comics, I would say. One is super obvious, and the other very, very obscure, but if you know my taste in weirder comics, then it'll be like, oh yeah, of course. Like
It's gotta have feet on the cover.
it's just one of those things that I don't know. That's as much as I can do, because like that's a lot of hints. I think that's the most amount of hints I can give. And probably the most amount of hints that I have ever given, I think. And then I'm trying to get another one. I got a good sized voiceover job. Hey, baby, hey. Anyway, I got a good voiceover job I got to do tomorrow. And I'm going to try to put pretty much all that money towards a very special comic.
He's buying 17 First Elves.
No, it's actually one that it's a decently pricey book. It's very old, from the 60s. And
He's buying the first comic.
hey, what's up, Terrence?
Hey, Terrence.
Daily Suspense. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on, man? Your name's so long, I was like, where does your message start? Anyway, so this comic, I'm trying to get it before I appear on Only Slabs, because it'll be a super, super cool one to talk about. And I may even debut it on Only Slabs. I'm thinking I will. I'm hoping I get it. So I got this voiceover job I got to do tomorrow, and it should pay me a decent amount of money. And then I'm going to try to turn around and get this comic I'm looking at. So like I said, it's an old comic. It's from the 60s. It has a lot of significant importance into I'll go ahead and say it's a Marvel comic. I mean, that's a fair assumption.
Dead giveaway.
Nah, by no means a dead giveaway, but
No, dead giveaway that's Marvel.
oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. Um, but anyway, oh yeah, it's not on my list. I'll give you that. It's not on that 10 comics I want to get in 2023 list. Um, I I have talked about. I don't think I've ever talked about this particular comic on the channel, but I've talked about comics like it. It's a certain category of old Marvel comics, and that is as close as I'm going to get without spoiling. I don't know why I love teasing stuff so much. Like I really do. It's a fun little game to like see like how can I twist the words around, and try to be helpful but try not to be obvious. I don't know. I just
Marco's
enjoy
buying
it.
the first book ever.
But anyway, I hope everyone's having a good night here in chat. Chris is currently building a
Lego
Hulk,
and there's
a
no
Hulk
tiny
mech.
camera.
Oh, there isn't.
I was trying to tell you earlier, and you just kept talking about your mystery book.
Whatever. There's things. Did I get to talk about that on stream at all?
What?
Watching Morbius? No, because I did that. When did I do that?
No, you didn't. Yeah.
I did that after
Uh-huh.
Wednesday, right? Okay, yeah. So I recently watched Morbius. Oh, yeah. I guess this will keep me busy for a while. I don't know who has and hasn't seen Morbius in the chat. A lot was joked about it and everything when it came out, but a lot of people in the serious conversations were saying, it is a really bad movie, but it's not like a fun bad movie. It's just like a boring bad movie. And I would like to disagree because I found it to be an infuriatingly bad movie. Logan says it's so bad. Yeah, it was really bad. I come from a little bit probably different perspective than I would say most moviegoers do, but I really which I mean obviously because like I made the which by the way I made that first short film, A Werewolf in Moonlight. We filmed our first day. This one will require 2 days of filming, but hopefully we're gonna get that done here this weekend. And it should be pretty short. It's not much we have to record left on here. I'm maybe gonna try to start doing some editing tomorrow on it. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully the next short film should be relatively soon. I might need to have some effects work done by someone else. I'm still kind of playing around. Like more than likely, I'll need at least some effects work on this. But anyway, so but that being said, like I really really love everything about cinema. The acting, the choreography, the cinematography, storytelling. Like I love everything there is about filmmaking. It's all extremely interesting. It's something I'm very passionate about. And I love talking about good movies and how amazing certain parts were and all this stuff. And so as a person like that cares so deeply about it, Morbius was so greatly offensive to me because let's see, watch it in one half. Still got bored. Nothing happened. Yeah, other than yeah. To me though, I wasn't bored. Like I legitimately was getting mad.
Marco was on the edge of his seat. He was waiting for the next more.
I was watching it I was watching it with Echo. And we're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, I'm just like screaming. I'm like, "What is happening right now?" Because there is no like moving force in the story. There is no story really. Like things just happen. They don't connect with what happened in the previous scene. just we're in a new place with new characters. We don't know who they are. We don't know where we are. We don't know why anything that is happening on the screen is happening. Um, there's so many characters in this movie, and I have absolutely no idea where they came from. What's the point of them? They're just there, which when you're writing a story, a lot of times you will need to be you'll think of it in the way of, like, everything was okay until somebody pissed off the main character. They said something to make him angry, and like you might start like a point, like at the very very beginning drafting stages, you might have something like that written down. But then you go in, you fill it out. Who is this person? Why'd they make the other person angry? What happened? What's the motivation? What's all happening here? But I feel like just every character and every decision was left at the drafting stages of writing and then just filmed. Like, it's baffling to me. There'll be a scene where, like, oh, this scene is going to be scary, and the lights are going to be turning on one at a time, and the person's going to die. And, and it's just like, but why? Who was that person? Why are we here? Why does a hospital have a lighting set up to where one light bulb turns on at a time and goes off? Like, one light bulb on, and then when that one, the next one turns on, that also turns off. So it's just a single light bulb, and, like, what hospital's built like that?
It's to save money, Marco.
It was like a storage facility.
That electric bill's not going to pay itself.
But, yeah, it was like this hospital's about to go bankrupt. They are cutting as much cost as... Which, by the way, that would be a very expensive lighting setup.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that is how their lights are set up in real hospitals. Not to that extreme.
No, nothing is set up to that extreme. You might have sections. Hell, the Kroger coolers aren't set up that way. They're not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, the most egregious use... Because, like, it's a cliche. You've seen it a million times in all kinds of different movies and shows or whatever. And you're going to see a million more times. Like, it's going to happen. And I get that. I'm fine with that. But this was the most egregious use I've ever seen of it. Like, it was ridiculous. But yeah, stuff like that made me angry. So many characters popping up so conveniently, like, something needs to happen in the movie. Like, for example, so, like, after Morbs gets kind of found out, and so he's kind of fleeing, and he's, low-key, even though it has the terrible trope of, I just have my hood up so no one recognizes me. But anyway, so him and girl, I don't know her name, they're at, like, a cafe or something, or, like, a little restaurant, I can't remember. And they're talking and whatever.
I don't have to do your job for you.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm dealing with Waffle. He's wild right now.
He is.
He's very, very needy. But anyway, so they're at this cafe and they're like talking, and then their conversation clearly ends. Like, they have nothing more to talk about, and then some random guys come in. And I can't remember what they're even trying to do.
How far along are you, Terrence? He bought the same Lego figure.
Yeah, Terrence, are you building your Hulk mech right now? But anyway, so some random, like, thuggy guys come in, and they're like, the money's good, and the like, cash register lady's like, no, it's fake, I can't take this. And he's like, just take another one, and you can keep it, And, like, it's such a random scene. They come in. I'm not even sure what they're trying to do. And it's showing off Echo's, or, the echolocation or whatever that Morbius has. Which, I'll get to that here in a minute. But anyway. So then they're like, whatever, we just need to leave. We need to leave. We need to get back to the lab. Who says that? Who says we need to get back to the lab? Anyway, so Morbius hears that, follows them, and then steals their lab. he's like, you can take your stuff, but keep all the science stuff here. That's like the legit line in the movie. Keep all the science stuff here.
Not yet. The shop. Boo.
Although that is probably seen with the best acting in it, because like then he rolls up on the thugs or whatever they're doing, they're printing counterfeit money or something. I don't know. Who do you think you are? Dude goes up to, I think he has a knife actually. He goes to like try to stab him, and Waffles, come down. So anyway, so he grabs his hand and is like pulling it back or whatever, and the dude that's like getting his hand broken, like he's doing a good job. Like he looks like he's in pain. Like that, solid acting, whoever you are, guy.
Morbius actually broke his hand.
Maybe.
I forgot the actor's name, so I called him Morbius.
Morbius Leto.
I'm building a TIE fighter now. I'm speed running through this.
Yeah. Anyway, so echolocation in that movie,
That was in Texas.
Echolocation maybe made me the angriest out of everything, because it's a pretty simple concept. Sound bounces, and then you can really acutely hear where everything's coming from, and like to a degree it's just like heightened hearing, you know what I mean? Like, because we can already do that. I can hear a noise and be like, oh, that came from that direction, you know what I mean? Not as well as a bat in the dark or something, sure, but
You think Daredevil and Morbius in the comics have ever been like, yo, what's up, man?
I don't know if Morbius has echolocation in the comics.
We do the same thing, man. Me either. I know like nothing about Morbius in the comics, I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I know about him from the animated series. I know he took up too much time.
Yeah, anyway, so, but that's, simply put, how echolocation works in the real world. But in the Morbius world, he's like, I've developed a form of echolocation. And he's standing completely still, and then like this big fart wave, propels from his body.
The fart wave.
And I guess he knows where stuff is now. Like, and it's so weird to me because...
Hello, Derpy.
Hey, what's going on?
We're ranting. By we, I mean Marco.
Unlimited power.
Kind of like how we are building Legos.
May I pay you in Lego studs to have that Lego TIE Fighter?
No. Unless it's enough Lego studs to build me another TIE Fighter.
Let's do 1 million Lego studs.
Yeah.
Sound fair? Anyway, back to Morbius. So
God, I could sell that and make a TIE Fighter.
He's standing still, big echolocation fart, and I don't know, that's...
Morbius farts.
Actually, there's probably one thing that makes me angry in the movie. Anyway, what he uses, you got to show it earlier in the movie, and then later on in the movie he uses in the final fight, which he didn't really do anything with it in the movie, because this form of echolocation makes no sense. But also with that, like, why not, like, have him click his tongue, snap his fingers?
At least if he clicked his tongue, it'd be, like, a little creepy.
Yeah, he could have, like, and then figured things out or something. But they're like, no, that would look goofy. Let's have the echolocation fart. That won't look goofy. Man. It's frustrating. But anyway, so what he uses echolocation for in the final fight makes me so angry. Because there's a lot of cool things you can do with echolocation. We've seen it with Daredevil. We've seen it with even just things where, like, people are fighting in the dark and then, they got to pay attention and listen. It's been in all kinds of movies and shows.
Dave Hart likes the purple fart. Or blue fart, my bad. I called it purple. I don't know why.
The blue fart is funny. I mean, I found it infuriating. Which is better on my worst movies of because of the memes. Yeah, but like, okay, so You came into a little late. No, yeah, because Derpy just joined, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was talking about how like a lot of people were talking about like Morbius was just like boring funny, but I found it to be like very aggravating. But anyway, so with that, what he uses echolocation for in the big fight, like I said, it's a pretty cut and clear way to use echolocation. Tons of people have used it in movies and shows very successfully, many times. It's a simple thing to do, but what he uses it.
Daredevil did it better.
Yeah, what he uses it for is when Milo, which is just Morbius 2 in this movie, he goes for a in the daylight. It's not dark. Everybody can see everything. He just goes for a punch. Just a full frontal, not from the back, not a sneak attack. Just, okay, we're going to fight right now? All right, we're going to fight right now. Well, I'm going to punch you. Is that cool? I didn't hear it snap.
Me either. Double check. Oh, is it back?
I don't know.
Marco.
Yeah, my internet says it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, She-Hulk upset me recently. For my top 5-1. Trick yourself and watch She-Hulk. We enjoyed She-Hulk.
Yeah, I really did.
We can have that conversation here in a second, but I said, yeah. Anyway, I don't know where I cut off there.
So we're starting the whole rant back over.
We're starting
again.
the stream back over. Anyway, no, I'm just trying to make sure.
Destroy this Hulk real quick.
Trying to make sure the connection's fine and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, stream should be fine now. I don't know what happened. It just kind of flickered for a second. Anyway, so yeah, but the whole thing that he uses echolocation for is to prepare himself for a punch that's coming directly in front of him. It was just baffling to me. It was just absolutely baffling that who made that decision? It was just like, oh, he's got to use echolocation in the fight.
Maybe they forgot about it until that moment.
Maybe it was just added in post. We forgot to do it earlier.
Hello.
Anyway, I don't know. So there's the echolocation, and then this I saw in the trailers, but I didn't fully understand what was happening in the trailers. We see him like flying in the subway area and all that, you know.
I don't remember that from the trailers.
You don't remember flying in front of the train?
Mm-mm.
It was like in the first. I mean, not like the first time, because I know there was like the first trailer where like we didn't see any Morbius, you know.
Yeah.
But it was the first trailer where we actually got to see Morbius. Prefer Marvel over DC at least. Comic book. Yeah, that's true. I definitely do like Marvel. I have a single DC slab.
I've been getting more into DC, and so is Marco.
Yeah,
Marco, you surprised me with your getting into DC, because you've like sworn off it for years. Like for so long, you've just like been like, no, I don't want to like DC.
At the core of DC, I still don't care much for its philosophy. Because it's always still, you know, everyone says DC is about, what do they say? DC is about gods and Marvel's about people, or how it's worded.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of that statement, because there's plenty of examples of vice versa for both sides.
There is, but like the main stuff. Like you have Superman, Batman, which I would argue even more than Superman. I know he's a human, but he does more than any human should ever do. They do echolocation for Daredevil. That would look cool. I think of the Sherlock Holmes effect, where Sherlock would slow time and wreck people. Just hate fans that like Marvel for the movies. Hey, I'll touch on that in a second. Let me. Same here. I really have gotten into DC more over the past month, but I've always liked it. For me, because like, I'm you know, I can't say I'm not a comic guy. Obviously, I'm a comic guy. Hey, what's up, Echo?
Hi, Echo.
Didn't get a note if Trying to find something to watch. We're kind of we're talking about a few things right now, but I'm also talking about our experience of watching Morbius the other day. But I'm definitely a comic guy, but I consider myself to be a very new comic person. I've always been a nerd into Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that. But I didn't read comics growing up. I've really only been into comics for a couple years.
Generally, probably wouldn't be into it if it wasn't for the movies and stuff.
Well, not even not for the movies. But it's kind of the same idea. Like for me, growing up, I was into that stuff because I watched the shows.
Yeah,
like I watched the Spider-Man animated and the Iron Man animated and whatever else.
I haven't
can't remember.
rewatched any Iron Man animated, but I've heard it's really bad.
Oh yeah, I've heard it's bad, but I liked it when I was a kid.
Like I've heard Spider-Man still holds up a little bit, but I've heard Iron Man does not.
But yeah, I
That's fair. I'm growing up with the DC animated. The DC animated was really good.
which
way back
when I was when I was young, I did enjoy Batman Beyond. I did kind of enjoy Justice League. I wasn't very big into it, but like when you're a kid, and even though it's not something you love, you're like, I'm gonna watch it anyway because it's a cartoon that's on TV right now.
Static Shock.
Oh, I did really like Static Shock. Yeah, I did really like.
That's
Static
not
Shock.
fair. Static Shock is great.
Yeah. Trying to think what other DC things. Waffles.
He's a punk.
You are a punk. Oh, what's up, Dr. Von Hoot?
Ew.
We're building a TIE fighter right now.
Yeah.
Chris already made a Hulk mech. Oh, let me put it this way. So this is the first thing he already made, and then we're making he's making a TIE fighter right now. Waffles, calm down, baby. Well, okay, so Jacob had a problem with She-Hulk breaking into the real world, but that's like straight pulled out of the comics. Like,
Yeah, she did that all the time.
literally, yeah, she broke into the writer's room in the comics and was like, "What's going on here?" Like that's.
I mean, you can not like that for She-Hulk. Fair enough. But like, I think you just don't like She-Hulk then.
Yeah, that's the I don't know. I
That's
think
fair. That's a valid perspective.
I think something that's not fair
dislike
to She-Hulk
Yeah.
is that Hulk fans get mad because she's not like Hulk, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of the point. She's her own character. And then also, I think for some people read too much into things of like, oh, Marvel's trying to say she's better than regular Hulk, and in some regards, yeah, like, but that's the same like with any people. Like you pick any two people, some people's gonna, or one person's gonna be better at some things, another person's gonna be better at other things. Like that's just how it is, and She-Hulk has better temperament control. Bruce has a lot of anger issues and stuff built up. That's part of his character. If he just was good at controlling his anger, he wouldn't have made a very interesting comic book character, Yeah, I don't know if I want to say I can't say with certainty that She-Hulk was the original
Yeah, there's probably
wall breaker.
definitely characters for. That's probably like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, she definitely was before Deadpool for sure. She would often talk to the audience.
I'm pretty sure the
self-aware,
entire
all that type of
jump
stuff.
rope issue is her talking to the audience, complaining about the writers.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
He's a punk.
She loved the actor's performance and the character, and has no CGI problems. Yeah, I mean, I do think some of the CGI was better and some of the CGI was weaker throughout the series, but also I don't know. I feel like people just love to attack CGI because it's easy.
Yeah.
They're like, this doesn't look 100% real. Waffles agrees. Waffles, calm down, baby. I made you a nice little bed over here. Come on, sit still.
I can get behind that. Part of me was like, yes, I want my big CGI fight. But I still liked the ending we got.
It's on Marvel.com. She was the first fourth wall. Oh, cool, cool. Like I said, I knew she was very early. I didn't know if she was the first out of all comic book characters and stuff.
See, maybe she's just the first Marvel one. I don't know, cause
I don't know. I mean, that's what Echo's saying.
Yeah.
But
Echo's wrong.
First major Marvel.
Oh,
yeah. It says first major. God damn, I can't talk. First major Marvel superhero. To overtly and
Oh,
consistently.
that's cheating. It's because it also adds the word major. It's like, oh, what about minor ones?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that started until John Byrne's run. Oh wait, I'm reading that. Humus Erection with Sensation. Yeah, and Sensational. That's when I believe that started. Did I miss your comment above? Possibly. Waffles is being super needy right now.
He's a baby. He needs.
Real with you, as a DC guy, I'm one of the few DC fans that has hope in James Gunn. I do as well. I really like James Gunn because I love the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was great, and I don't want this to become DC. No, I do want to circle back around. There's a lot of like topics and stuff going on, so I do want to go back around to talking about my newer appreciation of DC, or at least Waffles. Come down, baby.
What about Squirrel Girl?
But what are your thoughts on that? Okay, where's Squirrel Girl?
I see Echo going. Also, Squirrel Girl.
Oh, is a fourth wall character? Maybe is that where that is?
Yeah.
I don't know that much about Squirrel Girl. Okay, Waffle Dog's in the chat.
Waffle Dog's in chat.
Did you? Okay, miss that. It's the Uncanny Valley. It really sticks out, and see that's something that I wonder about because Uncanny Valley is something that a lot of people complain about, but it's never really bothered me. I don't want to say never because I think.
Why do you say that in that YouTuber question-y tone?
I'm a YouTuber. It's just how I speak. Anyway, but for example, in Rogue One, when they brought back, what's his name? I can't remember the actor's name.
Cushing.
But
Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing. They brought back the likeness of Peter Cushing, for the role of Tarkin. I thought that was fantastic. The person I was watching the movie with at the time didn't know that he was dead. And then afterwards in the movie, I'm like, they did a great job on him. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, he's not real. He's dead. And she had no idea.
You said that one with an accent. He's not the real. He's not dead.
He's not. I almost said he's not dead. He's real.
That's scary.
But anyway, I can acknowledge where there are certain parts that it's really just a minor little things with his lip. Other than that, they did a fantastic job with that. And even when I'm like, yeah, this looks a little janky, it doesn't really bother me. And especially moving upward in time, I don't know. I think it's just something in the brain that works differently for different people, and it's hard to really talk about that and say what people should or shouldn't feel.
You're wrong. Your eyes are wrong.
If your brain registers it. But I also kind of feel like people just like to hop on that bandwagon.
I like bagwagon.
You know what I mean, though? I feel like it's an easy thing to complain about. I don't know. It's never really bothered me, though. I do want to get back to the DC stuff, but more stuff keeps happening in chat. Squirrel Girl was my initial guess. Oh, no. Squirrel Girl is...
yeah, she's what?
Much newer, yeah.
90s?
No, 2000s.
2000s?
Yeah, I can't...
I thought her book was... At least 90-something.
I know,
Marvel's, she didn't get her book.
Marvel Super Special...
Until the 2000s.
Marvel Winter Special 15 or something like that. I can't remember. It might have Super Special in there. Marvel Superheroes? Winter Special 15? That might be it. And I want to say that's early 2000s.
1991.
Okay, I was wrong. Well, regardless.
Because every time I look at that book, it looks old. It even like the
Yeah.
how they do the art, specifically how they do the art.
God, hold on. Did I miss anything?
To be fair, I haven't actually read that story. I don't know if she breaks the fourth wall in that story.
Why that? Nice clear practical effects would be. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of practical effects. But at the same time, like it's been very interesting to me. I like seeing the improvements in the technology. We're getting better with the de-aging stuff. We've gotten really really good. I think we've been really good at in my opinion. I still some of that like people are like, oh, Uncanny Valley, but in my opinion, I think the de-aging stuff has been really really awesome.
In Marco's opinion's what counts.
I'm just saying, like that's just how I feel. I mean, I think even when they did the Robert Downey Jr. What movie was that?
Civil War.
Civil War. I mean, that's been quite a while now, you know.
Yeah. People are always like, "Oh, Robert Downey Jr. looked weird and skinny." That's just how he looked.
Yeah, I thought that looked solid.
Like, sorry to burst your bubble. Robert Downey Jr. looked a little weird when he was younger.
The Guardians 2 with Kurt Russell, I thought looked really solid.
Good, yeah.
The Irishman or Irishman. I can't remember. I think Arsham. I think that looked really solid. I don't think until very recently heard people complaining about that, and I'm like, I thought that looked great. Awesome movie, by the way. 3 hours long. It's a trek, but it's a great movie. If you like mobster movies,
it's looking pretty good so far.
I need to get to talking about Batman. But I mean, like, I am a huge practical effects person. One of my favorite movies of all time is John Carpenter's The Thing. And that is like the grail of practical effects.
Show this off.
Huh? Oh no, it's
perfect.
Okay, James Gunn, DC Universe, but another time, unless you really. I do want to talk about it. I'm just getting sidetracked. Every time I'm like, I need to get caught up with chat, and then something else happens. I was reading Squirrel Girl when I was a kid, so I just assumed. I mean, fair enough. I honestly,
it was a fun book.
I just don't know that much about her. She's not a character I'm super familiar with. I wonder if my kid would notice it as much as. Oh yeah, that's fair. Or not fair, but interesting. To see like how much kids would care about it, because kids come from a pure point as well. Because like I said, like I feel like part of it is like we read so much and hear other people's opinions and stuff, and I feel like that weighs on you. And granted, obviously weighs on me too. But I try my best to formulate my own opinions and about how I feel on things. And I also try to stay away from like, I have a general kind of philosophy to try to stay away from negativity stuff. That's why on this channel you won't see me doing things like my least favorite artist or ugliest comics or worst comics of the year. I don't do any of that type of stuff. I try not to do anything negative, and I don't mind talking. Like if somebody is like, "What do you think of that cover?" I'm like, "Oh my god, it's awful. It's ugly." Whatever, a little chit chat like that. But I don't like putting a focus on negativity. It's just something that I try to do. I think it's better for you mentally. She lives in a particular CG world these days. Yeah.
I can't tell if the 9/8s for my TIE Fighter. I hope they are. I'm gonna say they are.
Just says old vibes. Actually, yeah, it's a solid film. I don't know if that's talking about The Thing or I assume, but anyway, Thing is top tier. Yeah, I love The Thing. I guess I've got. Wait, I've not got much time for negative. Yeah. Okay, so DC time. So fairly historically, I've not been a DC guy. Like I said, when I was growing up, I did really like Batman Beyond, Static Shock. I watched Justice League, but that was more so just because it was on. I wasn't huge into it.
I'm probably a bigger DC guy than Marco.
Fun fact, everyone's favorite movie of all time, The Dark Knight. When I first watched that, I borrowed it was back in olden days, so I borrowed a DVD,
And he watched it and he hated it so much he snapped it in half.
No, I borrowed
another one.
I borrowed a DVD from a friend because everyone was talking about it. It's such a great movie or whatever. And I borrowed a DVD and watched it, and I thought I got punked. I seriously, that was my initial reaction, was like, they played a joke on me. Because I thought Two-Face looked awful. Um, I, I cannot get past the Batman. You know, like, it didn't even sound as good as I just did joking around. Like, he just sounds like he has a really bad cold and is trying to sound tough. And I think that partially comes from a guy that's done a lot of metal vocals over the years, where I know how to properly tune your voice to that type of, gravel. And I just think his sounds laughable. I've never enjoyed his Batman. I will say, what's his name? Lost it. To the Joker.
Mark Hamill?
No, I like Mark Hamill, but
Can't think.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
I've lost
it's lost. Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger did an amazing performance. I 100% give you that. But my two big compliments for the movie: Heath Ledger is amazing, and the practical stunts, like when they're flipping the trucks and doing all that cool stuff, very, very cool. But overall, like, the story is, I don't think, very good. I think the Joker's, like, supposed to be some genius in this movie, but everything is just falling into his lap, and it's mainly because of idiocy from everyone else involved. I didn't enjoy that movie. I didn't at all. But anyway, everybody's saying Heath Ledger. Was Batman just on here? The Batman is best portrayal. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so that's just kind of like a short little summary of, like, I'm not a big DC guy. Even The Dark Knight couldn't sway me, and that seems to be everyone's. I hate both movies that a lot of people say is the best superhero movie of all time. The Dark Knight and Logan. I don't like either of those movies. But anyway, there are good things about both of those movies, though. Some really, really amazing things about both those movies. But anyway, I feel like it hasn't been until fairly recently that I've really started picking up on certain things. I've really enjoyed the Harley Quinn animated show. I think that's a blast. It's a good adult comedy / parody of the DC universe, while making fun of certain characteristics of all the characters in a fun, loving way. If you make fun of the things you love, it can be funny. You know what I mean? And it doesn't pull any punches in regards of, be like, oh, you can't say that. That's a little bad for the character. It's like, no, we say that because we do enjoy the character. That type of comedy, Thoughts on The Dark Knight Returns? Never watched it. I didn't care. I watched The Dark Knight and I was like, that. And I don't like Tom Hardy. I really, I don't care for Tom Hardy at all.
I liked him in Bullet Train. Was that him in Bullet Train?
Where?
No, I'm thinking of Channing Tatum.
Is Channing Tatum in Bullet Train?
Yeah, he was the guy that was hitting on.
Oh yeah.
Tangerine.
Yeah, I remember.
I need to rewatch that movie.
I do as well.
Go watch Bullet Train. That's our final endorsement.
Tom Hardy's goofy Bane voice, I think, is also stupid. I don't mind the design. I think the design's fine. It's hard to get a super huge buff guy. I get that. I think the opening's pretty stupid, where they tear the airplane and everything. I need the full context of it all, but it's one of those things that's like, if you think about it for a second, none of what is happening makes any sense. Wait. If anyone in chat has seen Legion, oh my god, Gabehart's always gone to my Legion. For James Gunn, DCU and Teen Titans. Then supporting characters and villains. I don't think it's him. Okay, just trying to make sure. The Frank Miller book animated movie. Oh, I haven't seen a lot of DC animated movies.
I think it'd be super fun for Marco and I to watch a bunch of the DC animated movies and then do a tier list stream on them. Because I feel like
Oh wait, is Returns even the third movie in that trilogy, or is that because it's
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it might have
Either
been.
way, and do a tier list stream with you guys where we tell you what's fact. Because we don't have the tainted history of liking all these characters for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know? So
Well,
we
nostalgia really clouds a lot of things. That's another thing I try to be very
can
objective on is
objectively
nostalgia.
say-
Because like it always bothers me when someone's like, "This is the best thing ever," and it's like the thing you grew up with. Like for me, for example, I love Power Rangers. I love the shit out of Power Rangers.
Is it good?
Is it bad? Yes, I know it's bad. Is the movie bad? Yes. Have I watched it several times in my 20s? Yes. You know, like. Does it put a smile on my face? Yes. You know, like I know what I'm in for.
We're just like you, but Eve.
Yeah, like there's things
God,
I know
love
that
line so
I
much.
enjoy that aren't good, or not even not good, like things that could be better, for example, or whatever. And I hate that, like, because you talk to any comic book person, who's their favorite artist? Someone that was working when they grew up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just boring. It's boring, and I think it's unfair to all the amazing, talented artists that are currently working. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. DC, we're focused on DC. So, someone I can't remember who it was now. It was a while back. Mentioned the Batman, the current one with Pattinson. Loved that movie. Maybe my favorite DC movie that I've seen. It was really really good. I really really enjoyed it. To me, that's like dark gritty, but not cringy. Like it's good dark gritty stuff. I don't care for the dark gritty and everything's just desaturated tones. You know what I mean? Like that's not fun to me. Like that Gotham City, you know, like is a place I wouldn't want to be walking around, you know? Like this is the best Gotham they've ever done, hands down. Like it felt like a real shady place, you know? And I really enjoyed that movie, and I can't wait to see what else comes out of that universe and everything in the sequel. I enjoyed the Joker movie, which, you know, did they take the script from Taxi Driver and make a new movie with the Joker, you know, repaint? Sure, but it was a good movie, had good performances,
Yeah,
I
the
enjoyed
Taxi
it.
Driver was good, so
Yeah, like, you know, yeah. You know. Nothing. I'm not gonna say like it's the most brilliant masterpiece ever, but you know, acted well, directed well. Everything was done very, very well in that movie. So okay. Hardly animated, like I said, I like. I'd watched a bit of. Is it just called Titans?
I think it's just called Titans.
Yeah, I watched a bit of that, and I really couldn't get into it. See, that to me was like cringy dark stuff. There, I was like, nah, I'm not too crazy about that. Love Doom Patrol. Love Doom Patrol. I think that's an excellent show. What else have we got recently? Loved. Is it The Suicide Squad? Is the good one?
The Suicide Squad.
Loved James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I thought was awesome. I did not care at all. Never watched the first Suicide Squad.
I did. No.
It did not look like something I'd be interested in. There's a lot of things that had way too much music, inappropriate music.
Yeah,
Like-
it just played music for music's sake.
Yeah,
throughout
just
that
like,
entire
hey, you
music.
like this song, don't you?
Because that was, I believe, after Guardians, and Guardians was a hit,
Yeah,
and so people wanted to throw music in their movies.
yeah. Chat is popping off tonight. I'm struggling to keep up.
Because we're talking about DC.
Yeah. They really understood the character and nailed a year two story. Yeah, you know, and that's another thing. It was cool to see a more detective style Batman. It was cool to see an early Batman.
An inexperienced Batman.
Yeah.
Where is... Here it is.
Oh, that's Rises, the third movie, not Returns. Okay. Batman from the last year is my new favorite Batman movie. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that one. Before that was Batman '89. Oh, that's another thing. Like when I was younger, I probably enjoyed. What was that, Batman and Robin? I enjoyed Batman and Robin, and that's a terrible movie. And that, well, not one I'd probably go back and rewatch, but I did enjoy it when I was a kid. Bruce Wayne and Taylor John. Wait, what about him? Who's 32 as the Dark Knight? Love the jar full of mini slabs. Yeah, that's me trying to stay organized. Dark Knight Rises, the Bane movie. Dark Knight Returns is the Miller book animated movie. Clark Kent, Superman, David. I don't care about Superman at all. I am
Superman.
not a Superman guy. I think he's super boring. Fan castings for James Gunn, DCU. I don't know the direction he's gonna go. That's what makes it a bit hard to really think about all that. Who doesn't love the Terminators? Oh, that is one thing. Actually, I probably would go back and rewatch that movie just for Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze, because I love that.
Yeah.
There's certain little fun facts that you learn that to me make things even more enjoyable, and the fact that Schwarzenegger got paid way more money than he should have to be dressed up in a stupid, goofy costume and just make really bad puns, and he was hamming it up. I think is one of the funniest things ever. That
God,
enhances.
He was probably having the time of his life.
It enhances the experience so much for me. But anyway, was I backtrack? Okay, James Gunn. Oh, really love Peacemaker. Yeah, that's another James Gunn thing. Really love Peacemaker. Thought that was awesome. As much as, man, I was pissed at Peacemaker for killing what's his name, Rick Flag?
Rick Flag, yeah.
That one hurt me.
They
man.
did a really good job of making you like Rick Flag in that movie.
Even though I hadn't seen the first one.
Yeah.
Because
the first one doesn't make you care about Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Or any of them.
I really like Idris Elba in that movie. I like Ratcatcher a lot in that movie.
Yeah, it makes you care about the characters.
Yeah, Polka Dot Man. I almost said Polka Man Dot. Polka Man. It was cool, but like as far as like the ones like I was so concerned they were gonna kill Ratcatcher. Like it kept looking worse and worse for at the end of the movie, and I was like, no, please,
and then they killed Polka Dot Man, and all gloves were off.
Yeah. I just felt like, for me, it was okay when Pokemon. God.
I thought it was fine when the Pokemon
when
died.
When Pikachu died, I was all right with it. No, when Polka Dot Man died, to me, it was one of those like, yeah, he's probably better off things, you know, like he had a rough life, and like didn't have very optimistic outlook for it changing. You know what I mean? But Ratcatcher, I felt like was a character that had a rough life, and you wish the best for her. You know what I mean?
I still wish the best for Polka Dot Man.
I did, but like I knew those wishes were going nowhere. Nice to meet you. Oh man.
You're dumb.
It was funny because like at first I was like, I don't care about that movie, and then I remembered. I love that movie.
I made a wing.
I love Schwarzenegger though.
I'm not gonna attach the wing yet. Actually, yes, I am.
You're heartless if you enjoyed when Pikachu. I also don't care about Pokemon. That's another thing that people freak out over, and I think it's 100% just nostalgia. Is my opinion on it, because I just don't. It's really baffling to me.
You forget, Marco, the second factor: cute animals.
It is cute. I was gonna bring that up. It is cute, but
I had Pokemon Go for the longest time for the sole purpose of collecting those cute little animals and naming them something funny.
It's just baffling to me that their story was just like, hey, let's just keep walking around in the woods for like
It is a children's
20
show.
years. But like,
It's a show made for children.
but in the same regard, for example, like with me and Power Rangers, I'm like, yes, I love Power Rangers. It's dumb and goofy, and I get it, but I love it.
Head?
But that's not how Pokemon people are. Pokemon are like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, has there ever been a story in any of your, like, 30 years of existing?
You hear Ash retired?
Yeah.
That's
At the prime age of 10, probably.
that's story right there, if you ask me.
Yeah, that was another thing. So many weird little decisions like that, too, that's just like, why? He's never aged. Maybe a year has passed in all this time. Who knows? Maybe time's gone negative at this point. I don't know. He might be getting younger.
Oh, I didn't mean to kill him.
All right, everyone, chill. I'm going on the offensive here.
I think he's making an Arnold line, Marco.
Yes, there's story in Pokemon. Fight me, Echo.
You hear me though?
Huh?
With the chill,
What'd you say?
he's making Mr. Freeze line.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, fair enough. I've never seen Detective Pikachu. I'd be willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, I heard that was fun and good.
In the same regards, like I would like to see Sonic at some point too, but I'm also like with those movies, I don't like actively be like, oh, I need to go see them. But like if they were like on, which TV's never on anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to
So-
actively.
So you'll never see them.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Maybe, but like if for example, if I was like hanging out with a friend and they were like, want to watch Detective Pikachu? I'd be like, yeah, sure.
Echo, get on it.
If Echo asks me, I'm not gonna do it. But
You said you're not gonna do it.
looks like we got a Digimon fan. First Pokemon movie is pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely went to the first Pokemon movie and was losing my damn mind and had to get the Mew card. Wasn't it a Mew card that came with the movie? I think, or I might be thinking of something else.
I think you're thinking of the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
No, it was like the
Yu-Gi-Oh
like the
movie came with
hieroglyphic Mew card.
Hieroglyphic?
Yeah, it was like the ancient looking one.
Oh, I thought you were just messing up the word holographic.
No,
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
help me out. I don't know what it's called. Some Pokemon nerd in the chat, help me. Echo, I don't know what you're talking about. What am I getting on? I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening either, Echo. You got to do better than that.
Even
Digimon is. Oh,
Polka?
but Echo said Digimon is better. Yes. Digimon had a story
I mean, you get banned if you don't say
from
that.
the get go. From the get go. Digimon, I can go back now and watch and be like, damn, this is good.
They both had dope theme songs.
And Digimon's movie is pretty good.
Pokemon has a lot more movies, and therefore probably beats it, and at least with one of them,
Yeah.
just by sheer number.
They're called
Unknown.
Unknown? Is that the Mew?
No, that's the name of the Pokemon.
I know. I'm talking about the Mew though. There was like a really weird. It looked like a hieroglyph of Mew, unless I'm not remembering things clearly. And it was like super shiny. You know how Pokemon cards are.
All I remember is that Mew is Jesus.
Ryan Reynolds makes it worth the watch. Yeah, I mean I like Ryan Reynolds. I like that. What was that? Ryan Reynolds and the kid Ryan Reynolds and it was Star Wars but wasn't Star Wars movie.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It was like time traveling Ryan Reynolds and whatever. I like that movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hey, what's up, Pia?
The Mint Mobile commercials? Like, what the...
Yes,
the fuck are you
I like the
saying?
Mint Mobile commercials. Terrence, it's all three. I don't know what we're talking about. What else I got for the stream? Marco doesn't like Pokemon, Polka Dot Man, or Poke Music. Oh, that's where the Poke came from.
Oh. You never said you didn't like Polka Dot Man.
No, I said I like
Or
Polka Dot
Poke
Man. I
Music.
just had no faith that his life would ever get better. So, you know.
And we never mentioned polka music. Marco, your opinion on
It was
Weird
the
Al. Now.
first movie? Mewtwo? It was Mewtwo? No. Hold on. Where's my phone? Y'all making me look stuff up.
You're not answering the question.
What question?
I said your opinion on Weird Al. Now.
What?
He's polka.
I don't like Weird Al. I don't like hate him, but
I think he's the only human on Earth that the word whimsical can be used for.
this right here. I literally searched.
I've never seen that.
Mew Pokemon movie and it popped up.
Marco, I was like an embryo when the Pokemon movie came out.
I'm not just yelling at you. I'm yelling at chat for trying to make me think I'm crazy.
When did that movie come out?
I don't know. But this card is what I'm talking about, y'all. It's really pretty. I really like it.
It is nice.
Is
it worth anything? I
don't
doubt
know.
it.
Let's see, this graded one here is on ended for $50. So not really.
Yeah. Is that like your mutant?
It was a
Tingle?
PSA 8 though. That's kind of crap. Anyway,
I don't know what PSA. Public service announcement.
Isn't that what I thought you were talking about? Okay, that's fine. Like I know I'm shit at explaining things, but I said the Mew that looks like a hieroglyph, and these Pokemon fans in the chat couldn't figure out I was talking about that. Like
there are no Pokemon fans, Marco. They're all
how did I remember this card?
Because
that's what I'm trying to figure out here.
You remember dumb, useless things.
Echo said that. Thank goodness it's not worth anything. I think I lost mine in the flood. I think mine either got wet by like regular water or Chris chewed it up. No, Chris chewed up my Entei. That was a different movie. It was a promo card. And I came home from school and Chris had chewed up my Entei and I was pissed. I was so mad. I don't know what happened to my Mew.
It tasted like Pokemon.
Never cared about Pokemon cards myself. No, I mean I definitely did as a kid. I definitely did. I mean all the cards. I mean, well, not all of them, but I did Pokemon. I did Yu-Gi-Oh. I did Duel Masters. Is that what's called?
Duel Masters.
I love Duel Masters. Nobody gave a fuck about it though, and it died out really quick.
Duel Masters had cool toys.
Hey, they did. Yes, I actually enjoyed the game too. I thought it was a pretty cool game. Thought you said a Pokemon that looks... No, okay. I can see the confusion now. Okay. Pokemon that looks like a hieroglyph.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 Who needs a dog when you have a sibling? When did that movie come out? How old was I?
I don't know what movie that was. I just know it came with an Entei promo.
How do you spell Entei?
Entei, I think. I heard someone describe the unknown. Yeah, I know the unknowns. That's why I was confused. I was like, I'm not talking about those. I know what an unknown is. I know like the first
Margo?
2 generations.
I was 2, maybe 3.
You're still a bitch. Like, it doesn't make you not a bitch. And also, fun fact, people always like, or not always, but if you ever wonder, why Chris is always the one building the Legos, it's because Legos don't have a good memory for me, because my memory of Legos when I was old enough to buy Legos and get some Legos is I would make them and come home and they would be destroyed. So I decided, you know what? I don't like Legos.
I have
not worth it.
Memory. I was not a human being at that age. I didn't become a human being until the age of probably 13.
I found your notes were like, today I destroyed Marco in yet another way. All right. Well, I don't know. What kind of doctors?
Stewie Griffin asked Dr. Doom, Dr. Strange,
Well,
Dr. Von
Marvel
Who.
has a lot of doctors. Which one, Logan? Wait, where's Logan talking about doctors? You might want to see you might want to see a doctor.
Doctor.
Marvel has a lot of doctors.
Give me
Which
the
one?
news.
Not sure. Chris is building a ship or the set from Eagle. What is that?
I don't know.
Shia LaBeouf. I don't know what that is. Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, Doctor Von Who.
There's a doctor they don't know about, and that's Dr. Yato.
Oh, yeah, there is a Dr. Yato. I haven't seen Dr. Yato in a while. Strangely more beneficial than Doom. That's true. Seeing a correlation. Anyway, this is a TIE Fighter.
This is mid-shot.
Yeah,
about
like...
to crash into an asteroid.
Yeah. That type of TIE
Bring
Fighter.
that dog video. Oh, I love that video.
I
don't know. We probably can't play it.
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Scholl's. Dr. Voodoo, that's right, that's another one. Dr. Voodoo could be fun. No. Someone needs surgery. We don't. Fun is not in the cards.
Doctor Strange
Dr.
can't do
Fate.
surgery. His hands are stupid.
I'm sure he could do, like, sorcery surgery.
Surgery?
I call upon the hands of Cthulhu. I don't know.
I call upon the hands of someone whose hands aren't fucked up.
Yeah. Call upon the hands of Coots and Kleiner. I think there was some names. Maybe. Dr. Doolittle. Oh yeah, Doc Ock. Yeah, how did we leave that one out?
I wouldn't trust him as my physician.
He's got a lot of arms, though.
That doesn't make me feel better.
He could probably be a decent doctor.
No, I don't like the idea of him.
I feel like
scalpel near me.
yeah, I mean, but he's not just a murderer. Like, this is a reformed Doc Ock that is.
He's not that kind of doctor.
He could probably learn. Would you rather have him or Dr. Voodoo?
I don't know what Dr. Voodoo's a doctor in.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
Him or Dr. Doolittle?
I don't know what Dr. Doolittle's a doctor in.
I haven't watched that movie in ages. Isn't he like a veterinarian? Isn't that what he is? Night Nurse is better than half of those. Doctors. Doctor Who. I've never watched any Doctor Who. Trying to think back if there's any more DC stuff that, because I was asked about DC stuff and James Gunn, and I've been like kind of talking about it while also talking about a bunch of other things. And you said you're into more DC stuff than I am. I'm reading Batman. I'm reading Poison Ivy. I was reading Teen Titans Academy until it just fell off the face of the earth.
I'm pretty sure that just...
The last issue did not feel like an ending at all. I was just waiting and waiting. I thought they were going to break.
We had some Teen Titans Academy. It was just Dark Crisis related, and you thought it was regular Dark Crisis. We had this argument for months.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's not Teen Titans Academy. There's no Teen Titans Academy going on right now. It's like Teen Justice or something, maybe? But it's not Teen Titans Academy, I promise you. It's like Multiversity something. Right, isn't it? Or am I thinking about a different title? Dr. Oz? Oh no, definitely don't want that one.
No.
Doctor I Trust is Phil. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know if I have any interest at all as watching Doctor Who. But anyway, so yeah, I'm reading Batman. I'm reading Gotham City Year One. I'm reading Poison Ivy. I was reading Teen Titans Academy, but that just, like I said, ended. What other DC stuff am I reading?
I don't know. I need to get caught up on Batman. I am currently reading through old Wonder Woman. Not like super old, but like just this current run right now. That's been fun.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Me too. I loved Jurassic League.
Yeah, I mean, we both read Jurassic League. We both read the Batman the Night.
Batman the Night was good. I need to finish reading Azrael.
Oh, that don't count. Anything you read a single issue of and you don't care to try to catch up.
I do care. I'm just lazy.
Nope. You don't get to use that as part of your argument.
I can and I will.
I still feel like I'm missing something. But anyway, I watched Doom Patrol. I watched Harley Quinn animated.
I do need to watch that. I've heard that's good.
It is. It's really good. I've tried to get you to watch it. I at least tried to watch Titans. I got several episodes in. Um, we both watched Peacemaker. Both watched, or the new Batman movie. Both watched the new Suicide Squad movie.
I watched the old Suicide Squad.
If anything, that counts against you. So I don't know where you're coming from with this. I'm into more DC than Marco. That's bullshit.
Hey, Doc Samson?
Yeah, Doc Afra, Doc Samson.
What's the name of that doctor with the funny face in Star Wars?
Oh, I know his name.
Yeah, I know his name.
Doctor something Zan. It's like 3 syllables, and the last one's Zan.
Yeah, I'm googling it. Star Wars Doctor Evazan.
I was about to say I think it starts with an E, but I was trying to like Evazan, and I was like, I don't know what the other letters are.
Dr. Evan.
Dr. Evan. But anyway, so yeah, I've been getting into more DC.
The other Doctor Strange, the DC one.
Oh.
Hugo.
I don't know where you're going with it. Anyway. Dr. Spectrum? I don't know who that is. That a DC guy? I don't know who that is.
Is that a Spectrum ad?
Oh, is Von Hoot leaving? I gotta
Bye,
go.
Von
Take it easy, Von
Hoot.
Hoot. See you in the spiral dimension.
Why the spiral?
It's Dr. Van Hoot comics from the spiral dimension. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's from there, and he's not going there.
You don't watch his videos. I like his he has a little like intro type thing. His videos always start off with like a little dad pun, which is just like awkward funny, you know, and then it has like a little transition, and then it's like from the spiral dimension. I like that, it's goofy and fun. But then there's also Dope Comics. He'll do his he's got wild energy. But anyway, he'll do his video, and then at the end of it, what is it? I'm probably gonna mess it up, but he'll like, see you under the blackened sky or something. I don't know. It's just it kind of catches me off guard every time. I forget it's coming, and because he's got a lot of energy anyway, but it's just like so much extra all of a sudden, and like he doesn't miss a beat at all. He's just straight into it, and it always makes me laugh. Dr. Spectre, first appearance in Iron. Oh, are you just looking on Key Collector right now? Just search Doctor, or did you seriously know who Dr. Spectrum was?
I think I know who Dr. Spectrum is too.
But just the way, like, from
is he, or has he ever been
awful funny here made
a member of
superheroes?
With that team that Hyperion's on?
Also, I'm mad at you for claiming to be a bigger DC fan with no proof, but then I'm also still mad that all these people want to defend Pokemon in chat, and then I'm like, what about the Pokemon or the Mew Hieroglyph card? And they were like, the what? And I'm like, God,
Marco's just mad.
I don't even like Pokemon. I know about this Pokemon shit.
It's a TIE fighter. That hurt. Oh, that.
Hank Pym and Beast are medical doctors. That's true.
They're both named Hank. That hurt a lot.
Dr. Maury McTaggart. Yeah, that's a good one.
Dr. Morbius.
Oh, yeah. Is he a doctor in the comics?
Fuck if I know.
Gabe Hart probably knows. Jacob likes Spider-Man too. He might know. Is Morbius a doctor in the comics? Dr. Michael Morbius does have a good ring to it, you know.
Charles has got a few doctorates. Yeah.
Yeah?
But he's more of a professor, you see.
He's more of a DC fan than Mark. Oh my god. There's more DC on his pulls, all them Wonder Woman books. Marco really hates his viewers. What? Y'all hate me.
Dr. Banner!
Oh my god. How are we?
Oh, I'm gonna look up here real quick. I'm gonna see what's up.
Dr. Felicia Hardy. That's all you're gonna see up there. um, is there a persona of Moon Knight that is a doctor?
No. There's a persona that's a movie producer. Biochemist. You can be a biochemist and not be a doctor.
Yeah, answer the question with a yes or no, Logan. Brain small, okay? Banner was so obvious. Yeah, I know.
How did we say Dr. Doolittle before?
Yeah, it's funny that there are some that like we keep hitting and it's like, oh my god. Donald Blake is a doctor. That's true, yeah. That's true. No one gets that except for maybe you and Echo. That's true. Oh, the internet's wild. Humanity's wild, actually.
Yeah.
Does Tony have any doctorates in anything? I don't know.
He's too cool for school.
Yeah. Waffles is growling at me. Dr. Spider-Man. Dr. Dracula.
I like the.
Yeah, no, we said Strange. Like Strange was like
I
number
think
one.
Strange was number one. The first
Yeah.
one started this.
Get out.
Nobody comments on the TIE Fighter. Look at it.
Straight into the camera. And crash and explode.
There's a little man in there.
Yeah, look at him. It's pretty rad, though.
Yeah. I think the one I had
Got
before
good weight to it.
was bigger.
Dr. Reyes from X-Men? I don't know who that is.
Yeah. He is on Key Collector, 100%.
The scream effects, yeah.
We're
professionals.
Was Jane Foster a doctor?
Or
Or was she just kind of like...
I don't know if she always was, but I think in some runs.
Thank
Incredible
you,
Joel.
Echo. Incredible because it's the Hulk!
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna fire Chris, y'all. Y'all just gonna have to hang out with me. And then
That's gonna be really boring.
I'm just gonna
He's
fart
just
into
gonna...
the microphone and be like, this is what you all deserve.
You better get your... shoot, what's that?
A top 10 doctors on CBR, come on.
Oh my god.
Ban yourself.
Waffles, do you want to be in a lap? Come here. No, you just want to make noises at me? Fine.
Well, unfortunately, it's about time to end the stream now.
Yeah, what time is it? Oh, it's 10:24?
It is not 10:24.
Oh, with your computer.
Oh.
Hey, we've only been going like an hour.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking... I swear I just looked at my clock, and I thought it was 11:30, not 10:30. I was like, I got stuff I have to do before midnight. I have things I have to ship out for eBay, so we can hang out for a little bit longer.
What is Oreo?
I was just like, I gotta ship this stuff out before midnight, or they'll be angry at me.
Thank you, Terrence.
So we can keep chatting. I just
didn't see
glanced
that
at it. I think I just looked at the 30, and I was like, oh no. Waffles. I don't know. Can y'all hear Waffles? He's probably too far from the mic now. But he's just over there making pitiful noises. He's like, somebody pay attention to me, please.
She's a punk.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody hanging out in the chat.
Dr.
Regardless.
Facilier.
You might hear that one.
I offered to pick him up, and you know what he did? Looked at you. He wants to be picked up by you.
He's just gonna attack me. And the wild thing is, like, in the moment we end stream, he's gonna walk out my room.
Logan, those are cryptic emotes.
No.
No, Marco was talking about Putin. Well, not the political figure, but the farting.
You might be able to hear him now. I don't know. What do you want?
Vamos.
Anyway, so, are there any other questions? If there's anything I missed earlier in the chat,
Come here.
I know people were asking a bunch of stuff.
Oh, Marco. He's getting closer to you.
Where are you? There you are. Hey, baby. I feel like I talked about DC as much as I can, I guess.
Very wise.
Huh?
Hmm?
Oh. But I feel like I talked about DC as much as I can, about all the stuff that I'm getting more interested in.
Squish this baby. Squish this baby. I'm gonna squish this baby.
And plus, whoever, I think it was Gay Part, said something about all the Wonder Womans that Chris... I get more Poison Ivies than Chris gets Wonder Womans.
Hey, not every Wonder Woman cover is a banger.
Not every Poison Ivy cover, a lot of them are, but
Yeah,
not every...
I feel like we get a lot more Poison Ivy covers than we get Wonder Woman covers too.
Yeah, because nobody gets Wonder Woman.
Nobody gets Wonder Woman.
Nobody gets Wonder Woman.
Even then, when they showcase the covers, there's just still not that many like really good ones.
Yeah. And I feel like Wonder Woman has a much higher... Well, like, I don't know if any of the Poison Ivy covers have been, like, bad. But there's definitely been some bad Wonder Woman covers.
Yeah. I don't know why. They just sometimes hand it to a bad artist.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, do Wonder Woman. Screw it. Why not? She's only a part of the big three.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Like, there's... But see, that's, like... It's always weird to me, because, like... I feel like the world... Like, when you're on the internet, I feel like it feels more, like, 50-50 between Marvel and DC. But... I don't know. Because, like at our shop, we get very little DC comics in comparison to Marvel. And that's shown by the fact that Marvel puts out a lot more comics, like a lot more variety of different characters. Probably like 70% of DC's books are just Batman books.
Yeah.
And that might be being generous. I
hate the B section in our...
Yeah.
Just because putting a new Batman book in there sucks.
Nobody gets Superman, nobody gets Flash, nobody gets Wonder Woman. Those are the big DC characters. Nobody gets them. We don't have a ton of people that get Harley Quinn. A lot of the offshoot Batman titles aren't very popular either.
They have really good covers, though. A lot of the times they have really good covers.
What? The Batman cover?
DC.
Oh. I don't think DC has as many good artists as Marvel does.
Yeah, probably not.
They have some solid ones. Like, I think this week and last week had some pretty solid people.
Well, like I got tonight, Quick Draw, you were late.
Quick Draw!
We're done. We built it.
Yep, here's the TIE Fighter, which is super rad. And then the Hulk mech thingy, I don't know what it's called. Mech Hulk. Hulk mech. Mech Hulk. Now we're just kind of talking about DC and stuff. Did you find who was on the Shazam cover we liked? No, I don't know. I don't know who that was. I know the artist was Rose Besh, which I really like Rose Besh, but I don't know who the character was.
Which cover?
The one that you're like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. That's shoot, because she's been in like previous Shazam titles and stuff.
Bearded Pup ran later than normal. Oh, okay. Recent Poison Ivy covers have all been... Yeah, Poison Ivy covers have been killing it. Well, and the big thing is they've been given Frizen and Middleton.
God, could you imagine some Frizen Wonder Woman? That'd be good.
Is there not one?
Not that I remember. I'm certain that she's probably done.
I feel like I've seen a Frizen.
Frizen.
Frison. Oh, we had the little bunny. That's right. Like the TIE Fighter, gonna have to...
She's definitely
it's
done
super rad.
Wonder Woman in the past. I don't have a lot of her covers, mainly because we don't have a lot of them at the shop.
This is the newer TIE Fighter, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like the newer model you can like find at whatever Target or Walmart or whatever.
Yeah, Jenny Frozen has a bunch of good Wonder Woman covers.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Like I was thinking that there was some, but I wasn't 100% positive.
I need to find where all my Wonder Woman books are that I have here. The ones I get like.
There's some like down in these boxes and stuff. We just need to organize.
I need to go through them so I can know which ones I need.
I would really like to get that art germ that I showed you. Like has like his regular style, but then also has like the vintage style. It's like the same cover, but it was like two different versions of it.
I'm trying to remember.
Had the eagle in the background.
Yeah.
I'd like the classic version. I wouldn't mind either version, but the classic I thought was super sweet. There's a lot of Green Lantern, but yeah, another thing about it. Nobody reads Green Lantern. Yeah, hardly pick up any DC other than odd Batman books. Yeah. Nobody cares about Punchline. Even the Joker books don't really seem to pull people in anymore. Like the current one, Man Who Stopped Laughing, nobody really seems to care about. DC really just has things that DC things that people cared about recently. I would say would be DC versus Vampires. What's it called? Dark Knights of Steel. But even then, like I don't think we had a lot of people reading Dark Knights of Steel. I just heard really good things about it. I myself
deceased too. People seem to like
the new Jon Stewart title. Yeah, you did, but I'm just saying like, and it's fine. Like anybody can like whatever. I'm not saying like everything's bad. That's not the point I'm getting at. I'm just saying like,
and these stories might even be good. Just nobody cares.
I know how many copies of everything we order and how many copies are left on the shelves and. You know, I see these type of things, and nobody cares about the DC stuff. Like, I think little fun special things will come along. I think, in my opinion, DC really needs to stop relying, and the whole reason I kind of started this rant, where you're like, the big three or whatever, and I'm like, the big three, and two of them nobody cares about, you know? Like, it's I think DC's in such a
people
sad
only care
state.
about Batman because he has so many books out, one of them's bound to be good.
I don't know. I'm not a Batman guy. I'm really
like
not. I'm enjoying this current run.
Superman.
The Failsafe run was amazing. The Failsafe arc was amazing. I thought it was super good. This current arc, I'm a little questionable about, but I'm enjoying it. The next TMNT Last Ronin series. No, that hasn't started yet. I don't know about the release date or anything, but. As long as they took in between each issue, I'm sure it's probably going to take a while for that too. Oh my god, well, that's a lot of licks.
He's licking your arm.
Anyway, I think DC needs to really expand their cast, get more characters. And like the thing is that they need their fans to care about more than Batman. Like, they desperately need that. Because to me, it almost feels like... And I know this is going to be a controversial statement as well. But... Because everyone loves Todd McFarlane. But, like, what does Todd McFarlane have other than Spawn? Like, he doesn't have anything else. He has some old classic covers. But he... And people are going to fight me on it, but he's washed up. You know what I mean? In that regard. Like... It's not like he's come out with other cool characters that people also love. He has this one thing that people hold on to, and that's pretty much it. And I feel like Batman, or not Batman, but DC's the same way. They have Batman, and everything else has really just fallen to the wayside. What? Ooh.
She's sleepy. Sleepy baby.
But I feel like there's so many... I feel like if you asked a bunch of people what their favorite DC character was and asked a bunch of people what their favorite Marvel characters were, you're going to get like 3-4 answers out of DC characters, and you're going to get like a bunch of different answers for Marvel. Yeah. Now granted, yes, you're going to get a lot of Spider-Man, But like you're gonna get Spider-Man, you're gonna get Ghost Rider, you're gonna get Daredevil, you're gonna get Punisher, you're gonna get
Nowadays, Moon Knight.
Galactus, Moon Knight, you're gonna get Black Cat. Like you're gonna get all these answers.
Waffle good.
And
How are you gonna say that and not put a single waffle dog in chat?
Echo doesn't have the thing.
Oh. Boo.
He has some awesome figures. Who has some awesome figures? The only DC books.
No, I know who Terrence is talking about. Boo, McFarlane Toys.
Oh,
Boo.
McFarlane.
They wear diapers. Diaper toys.
Spider-Man is just amazing. You can't overrate him. I was just saying, like, that's probably going to be, like, the number one, I would say. I'm just assuming, if you polled, let's say 1,000 people, 1,000 nerds, and said, what's your favorite Marvel, what's your favorite DC character, you're probably going to get a big majority that's going to be Spider-Man. But, I don't feel like DC has enough characters that people really vibe with. I feel like most of the interest is really locked into primarily one character, but even that, like, it barely bleeds over into other characters. I feel like there's more or less one type of DC fan, and I know I'm exaggerating, but I'm saying on a grand scale, there's more or less, really one type of DC fan and a large variety of Marvel fans. That's my opinion. And I might be biased. I'm a Marvel fan, so. Oh yeah, Hulk, Wolverine. I didn't even say those.
Yeah.
Those are big characters people are going to talk about too. Venom, which doesn't count as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to get into like niche things. Like I'm not saying Magic, which is a character I really love.
Yeah.
I did say Black Cat might be a little too niche, but I feel like Black Cat's got a pretty strong fan base. I don't remember if I said Ghost Rider or not. I might have. I didn't say Thor, Captain America.
Oh, we forgot a DC property we liked. Teen Titans.
Oh yeah, the animated show from back in the day. Yeah. I love Teen Titans. That was awesome, and that's part of the reason. Like when I was watching the live action Titans, while watching that, I don't know how many episodes. Maybe I got 5 or so episodes in, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna go watch Teen Titans instead. That's what I did. Black Cat isn't niche at all. Like
Black Cat's niche.
I'm trying to be. I mean, like in comparison to like Thor and Iron Man and Captain America, but I'm trying not to be like. I'm trying to be relatively fair, because like for DC you have Batman, which like I said is going to be like 90%,
and Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is a bigger character these days.
Yeah, but like it's not going to get that. Like I said,
Spider-Punk counts as Spider-Man.
Yeah, and no one's gonna say Spider-Punk. Like maybe you, but like that's not gonna be a big answer.
And you don't count.
But like I said, if you polled 1,000 people,
Guardians.
I seriously think
I'd say Surfer is more niche. Maybe Guardians.
Well, let me ask you all. Like, what do you all think if you polled 1,000 people, what percentage would say Batman? Like, I seriously think it might be like 90%.
%90 Batman, 9% Joker.
But like, yeah, it's Batman. There's a lot of Flash people. I feel like there's a very, very small amount of Green Lantern people. I'd venture to say a decently small amount of Wonder Woman people.
Yeah.
What else?
85%.
Yeah, 85%. That's what I'm saying. Like, who's dead?
Terrence, you're too agreeable.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think that's what I was trying to remember. I was like, I'm missing some DC character. I don't think I said Superman. I think Superman's gonna have an okay amount, but like again, like I feel like asking with Marvel, you're gonna get a lot. But like for me, I would expect Spider-Man to probably be around like maybe 50%.
Yeah.
somewhere, and I'm saying in rough numbers, obviously, but based on the movie recently been released, yeah, no, 100%, 100%, like that type of stuff always, and that's why I also try to specify like ask 100 or not 100, but like 1,000 nerds, so not just like
I'd say even comic fans, as opposed,
yeah, sure, you can change it to what I mean. That's more or less what I meant, but not just the super casual people that watch some of the superhero movies. Sometimes when they have nothing else to do with it and want to hang out with their friends, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people that are in this shit.
I feel like we order so much more Thor, Hulk, Iron Man.
Oh yeah.
Like
people haven't even really been overall super happy with the Thor run. And let me pull up the numbers. Let me see. Here, Waffles. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you can't attack me.
Waffle.
But yeah, really, ever since Black Winter wasn't in it anymore from issue like 6, people haven't been super thrilled with the Thor run. Yet we still have. Let's see. We have 10 people that get Thor.
Thank you.
In comparison to
really gross Waffle.
Like their biggest hitter, Batman, at 11. You know what I mean?
How many people you said for Thor?
10. And I love Thor, but like, like I would.
How many is Moon Knight?
I was gonna say probably our most popular Marvel book. Actually, I was gonna say maybe most popular book, but Berserker might still beat it, which is super lame because like nobody's even happy with Berserker right now. Literally, no one that's reading Berserker's happy. We're all just like, God, this is gonna end here pretty soon. that is the mindset of everyone reading that book. And then like Moon Knight, we got 15 people.
Look,
Moon Knight.
Pia, I love Squirrel Girl. I need to read Squirrel Girl because I'm in the middle of like her second series right now.
Oh, my legs asleep.
No, Squirrel Girl is like nobody's favorite character.
No. YouTuber has a new favorite character every time a movie is released. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. And I don't mind like people swaying their opinion and wanting to like learn more. But what I don't like is like movie's over now. I don't care about this character anymore. Like I'm totally fine if you're introduced to a character by a movie, because a lot of people like are kind of gatekeeping in that way. They're like, well, you didn't read the comics or whatever. You didn't know about this guy until the movie came out. That means you're not allowed to like him. Which I don't care for that mentality. For example, me, I didn't know anything about Doom Patrol. I did not care to ever learn about Doom Patrol. I watched the show because Brendan Fraser was in it. But you know what? I'm very attached to those characters now. If they put out a new Doom Patrol comic, I would read it. But they hate Doom Patrol for whatever reason. They won't put out a comic.
Yeah, I think that's... Did they even put one out when the show first came out?
Not to my knowledge.
That's so weird, because at least Marvel will put out at least a crappy book when a show comes out, you know?
Yeah, they at least do like a little 5-part miniseries or something.
Yeah. I mean, they put out Moon Knight right before...
Amber Heard for Squirrel Girl.
No. Logan, why? Ban yourself.
Ban yourself.
Anyways. Echo, ban yourself.
Is Fantastic Four popular at the shop? No. Not at all.
No, despite the current run being really good.
Yeah, I think, I think it's got a little bit of a boost with this new run, but even then, like, I can look up the numbers. Oh, it's not terrible, I don't think, but I don't think it's...
My arm
it's definitely
already
not good
so
by any
wet,
means.
Marco.
Yeah, I know. Fantastic Four currently has 8 people getting it. But again, that just got a bit of a boost.
Yeah,
quite a few Probably maybe half of that was just people that picked up on the new series. Raimi films were my intro to Spider-Man, so I fully agree with you. I'm just saying that that's why he's most people's favorite hero. I think the Raimi movies have a big part of it. I also think
Is Squirrel Girl banned from chat? No, just you banned.
no.
I wish I had that power to do it instantly by pointing dramatically.
What kind of technology you're using?
I didn't say technology. I said power.
Anyway,
Waffles.
I do think the Raimi movies had a big part to do with it, but I also, if, for example, I get to look at like collections people had growing up. You know, I work at a shop and we buy collections and stuff, and that's where it really cemented for me, because it's always been a weird concept for me when I found out people were like, oh yeah, people didn't really care about Iron Man. He was like a BC tier type character, and I was like, really? Because again, I grew up and watched the animated Iron Man show. I've always really enjoyed Iron Man, so to me it wasn't a weird thing when the MCU was like, yeah, we're starting off with Iron Man, you know? I'm like, yeah, cool, he's an awesome character, of course, that makes sense, you know, to me. And I learned much, much later that Iron Man was not a very big name, but they sold off, you know, a lot of their big names. Stop. But then that's really, you know, been proven to me by buying a bunch of collections at our shop, and we pretty much never see Iron Man in it, or we might see like a few comics, and like they'll have full runs of Spider-Man and full runs of X-Men, and you know, might even have Marvel premieres and features and tales and 2-in-1s and all this other stuff, and they have like 2 Iron Man comics. So I've learned that is indeed the truth. But
that book is going to be the most popular book we've ever sold.
Oh yeah, we're gonna sell 1 million copies, just our store alone. Anyway,
I did tell Shay to buy a decent amount, because I think it's a good kid book.
Yeah, they need to make more. They need to make more kid books.
Mention this to Shay, to buy some more of that Peter Parker Miles Morales Double Trouble, because that's also probably a good kid book. I want to tell him to buy more of that.
It'd be good to get trades when that comes around.
Yeah.
But, anyway, but my point with that.
Get rid of this camera, by the way.
My point with that is, I mean, it's fine. It's not scaring anything.
Yeah,
but Spider-Man's always been a big fan favorite.
Yeah.
Like by a long shot.
From like day one.
Yeah. In the comic book collecting community, there's so many people that are like, I want to collect Spider-Man, you know, like 1 through 100 or whatever. The run fillers, a lot of them do Spider-Man. And yes, the movies I think played a big role, but I think even without the movies, there was already a big impact from Spider-Man. Let's see.
Pia, I don't think she needs a whole event. I just want her to have her own fun little run.
Well, it's like, I mean, you can like whoever. Like, I love Elsa Bloodstone. Nobody knew who the fuck she was, 2 years ago, but...
she's had 1 book in how many years?
She was in like her own book?
Her own book.
A single one shot.
When was the last time she had a series?
When she first came out, she had the Bloodstone series, was a 4-part miniseries. Early 2000s.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh wow, Squirrel Girl's older than her.
Yeah, she's a very new character. But anyway, yeah, like,
But God, how many series has Miles had?
Yeah. Wait. 20 people to be added to that. Oh, for the Jeff. There's a lot of characters I wish. I mean, it's actually honestly really baffling to me that they aren't doing something with Elsa Bloodstone right now. And it does piss me off, and I don't know if Jacob's still in the chat or not. But I know
I
he's
just wanted to read that bottom text. Oh,
it's
there.
there. I rolled back to it. But he's been reading the current Deadpool run, and I'm pissed at the new Deadpool run.
I don't know anything about Honey Badger.
Because I don't know either, but I really like Honey Badger. You know, sometimes when you don't really know much about a character, but you're just like,
I like that X-23 now has her own tiny X-23.
Yeah. I think it's a super cute dinosaur, and I do
beyond-
love X-23.
Beyond that knowledge, I know nothing about it.
I think they're a cute little pairing. I always think about that one cover with the yellow background where they're goofing off. That is always what I immediately think of because they're just having fun. I'm like, that's wonderful. Anyway, what was I talking about? This is Jerry Where's my pools? Oh yeah, what's talking about like kids books? I'm upset they don't make the Marvel action books anymore because they were like good actually, but still kids books. And I really enjoyed them. Oh, no. I think she was only a couple issues of that. She Elsa Bloodstone was in a couple issues of the Marvel Action Chillers. She was in maybe 3 or so issues of what was that? Black Knight miniseries.
Yeah. I need to finish the Black Knight because I think I read like 1 and 2.
It's really good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Curse of the Ebony Blade. That was a solid little miniseries.
It happened during a very so-so event, but Punisher Kill Crew is really good. I always advocate for Punisher Kill Crew.
Elsa Bloodstone was in that
As
Deadpool.
a fun little
I
short series.
think probably all 10 issues of the Deadpool series. Might not have been in the first issue, but I'm pretty sure she was.
I'm trying to think of another fun little series. I read Juggernaut.
That was fun.
Did I read Juggernaut, actually, now that I think about it? I think I did. Did I just forget that whole book?
It's been a while since I read it. I don't really remember it super well. I just remember it was like, oh, it's neat. Squirrel and Miles team up. Yeah, there's certain characters that like. Oh, but anyway, I was gonna say, I'm shocked that they aren't using Elsa Bloodstone for anything. Because I would think if, you know, at the bare minimum, they'd be like, oh, like fans and Man-Thing.
Yeah, that's the one thing, because we were talking about earlier how good Marvel is about at least putting out a crappy book. They haven't done anything for Man-Thing or Squirrel Girl. Not
Yeah.
Squirrel Girl. Elsa
Bloodstone, yeah.
For their show.
But like earlier, no, I was going to say earlier this year. It was sometime last year. I think at the beginning of last year.
They did a little thing for Werewolf by Night with that Moon Knight book.
Yeah, kind of.
That's about it.
And that, I don't know. Like, it's just weird to me. And because, like, you could throw Elsa Bloodstone into Moon Knight. Like, that would work fine. I'm sure, you know, they could hunt a monster together or something, even if it's just for a few issues, you know what I mean? Like, even if you didn't want to commit to a story, and, you know, or to, like, making a new series or whatever, and just be like, hey, look, people are into Elsa Bloodstone now, just, you know, throw her into a couple issues of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moon Knight's been going on. And, you know, and you can put her on the cover and, you know, do things, get people hyped up. Not
you
that
just
book.
want Moon Knight Elsa covers.
I would love it. But, but yeah, they haven't done anything with Man-Thing, haven't done anything with Elsa Bloodstone.
She was in Crypt of Shadows, you're right.
Okay, I guess they did do that. I didn't enjoy that at all. I really didn't
That was
like
that,
that.
like...
A little anthology story thing.
anthology story thing.
I didn't... I thought they were all pretty bad.
I never read that one, because you said it was bad anthology book, and I was like, I wanted a big team up.
Yeah. And which, like, I would have been fine if there was good anthology, but, like, it was just, like, whatever, 4 or 5 just bad stories. I didn't enjoy them. I think even some, like the last one kind of had an interesting concept, but just overall I didn't like it.
It's a good spot for an Oreo.
But yeah, I was kind of excited when I first, you know, saw the cover of Crypt of Shadow and everything, and I'm like, oh, this might be something cool. The Moon the Moon Knight one was okay.
Moon Knight.
That one led into, was it the annual where he fought werewolf?
Yeah, the annual was where he fought the werewolf.
Yeah, that one led into that, and was fun. That one was okay. But the other ones I didn't
we got
like.
to see Moon Knight's daughter again, even if we probably won't ever see her again.
Yeah, that was cool. But
it's been so long. It's like 2016.
But yeah, so early last year,
probably
they had a one shot with it was just called Bloodstone. It was her, Elsa, her brother, and then introduced their new sibling, or not like new, like just born, but like new to the comics, their hidden sibling, Lyra. I almost said Lydia, and I was like, that is not right. Lyra Bloodstone, which was really cool. Super rad character. Did you read that one?
Yeah, I read that one.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Yeah, I really enjoyed that comic, and I was like, oh, this is definitely going to be popping up at some point, you know? And nothing.
Here we are, like a year
It
later.
was a popular comic. A lot of people were talking about it. Passing on after you said it was bad. The cover was. There was a lot of cool covers though, and part of me is like, I don't regret buying the covers. Part of me was like, I think they were like $6 each. So you know. But I am a sucker for Man Thing, and like, you know, there hasn't been a Man Thing cover since. Who knows when there'll be any more?
The last time there was anything, Squirrel Girl, she was being tested in Invincible Iron Man to see if she was a Skrull. And Maria Hill was basically like, look, I'm going to try and just get lucky if you are a Skrull, because I don't know what I'm going to do to fight you.
I'm trying to think what other, like, random characters I like that just aren't used. Taskmaster. He's used okay, I guess.
Here and there.
It's I think it's
you
falling
still need
off.
to finish Lethal Protector, because I liked his introduction in there.
I do need.
And
I was enjoying
you
that
stopped
run.
right when he was about to be introduced.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
He wasn't introduced very long. He didn't do too horribly much, but he was fun.
Only thing I didn't like him in was that Devil's Reign Thunderbolts. But I just didn't like that Thunderbolts run.
He had a kind of funny moment in the current run of Thunderbolts. Again, only there for a minute. It was at the beginning when they were rounding up the old Thunderbolts.
He's a great character to just use there for just a moment, you know?
And I forgot who Taskmaster was yelling at. Or he was basically on this rant of, they can't get us. We're too good, you know? We're going to get out of this.
Yeah.
And then America Chavez busted through a wall, and he's like, I surrender.
He just brought up a good point. They definitely could have used Elsa Bloodstone in Midnight Suns.
You hear me, though?
What? No, I didn't.
No.
I was focused on that. What about Jeff? That's
Jeff,
another thing.
Jeff,
So that's another thing.
Jeff.
And it goes hand in hand with Elsa Bloodstone. The last Deadpool run that is kind of dubbed King Deadpool. Amazing run. Only 10 issues long. Ends. It's a good issue, but it's a terrible ending. I didn't know it was the end of the run. It ends in a crossover event with King in Black. And like the issue was fine. It was fun. Jeff gets venomized. And everyone's freaking out. Rightfully so.
I don't think I've seen Venomized Jeff.
But like, I don't know why it ended there. Unless people just weren't checking it out. But that run, from the get-go, introduced Elsa Bloodstone, introduced Jeff the Landshark, and introduced Monster Island. All of that was super fun. Amazing read. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, and then it was all thrown away for this new Deadpool run. And in the same regard, while the Devil's Reign Thunderbolts run threw away everything about the last Thunderbolts that was from King in Black, which was a great read as well. And I just don't get it, because both of them were good, had clear plot points moving forward. Especially like the Thunderbolts, like Taskmaster had a secret he was keeping from the group and everything. He like kind of became their leader reluctantly towards the end, but then like you found out right at the end, I can't remember exactly how, but like he still had stuff he wasn't sharing, and super interesting setup. And the rest of the team was like people you've never heard of, and like this real ragtag team. I think Rhino was on the team for a minute. And
It's not even a Jeff Pop.
Yeah, that's sad. But yeah, Rhino was part of the team. Like, he was like the only other like big name. And then, so they're fighting off all the Venom dragons and whatever. And at one point, Rhino's just like, I'm leaving. And, which is funny because like, there was another point earlier when somebody else Mr. Fear or whatever his name is was like, I'm leaving, and Taskmaster's like, no, you're not. I will kill you if you try to leave. And then like a little bit later, Rhino's like, I'm leaving, and he's like, I will see you around. And then Mr. Fear's like, you're just gonna let him leave? And I'm like, I do not have a choice in the matter. And like, that's great. That's great, Taskmaster, because he's a hilarious guy. He's super dangerous. Knows what he's doing, but is very, very familiar with his limits.
Yeah, he's very aware. Well, he's learned those limits through blood by fighting the Avengers.
He doesn't want to fight Rhino. He doesn't want to fight Black Widow, even. You know, that was what was great about him in his mini run.
He doesn't want to fight Moon Knight.
Yeah, doesn't want to fight Moon Knight. There's people.
Moon Knight crashed a jet into him.
Yeah, he's terrified of Moon Knight. Is Werewolf by Night and anything? He was briefly in the Moon Knight annual.
Yeah.
And then also Crypto Shadows a little bit.
Which was good. I like the Moon Knight annual.
Yeah, it was good. But it's just, again, just weird that they're not trying to do more with those characters. Because those were very, very well received.
But I would suggest reading Moon Knight up until the Moon Knight annual.
I need to read more Taskmaster. Read the Jed McKay 5-part miniseries. One of my favorite reads. Genuinely.
Are you reading Moon Knight, Pia? Go ahead. Answer. But no, if you're going to read the annual, I would recommend reading Moon Knight up until the annual came out. Because there's a few little things you need to get caught up on. Like the other Fist of Khonshu.
Oh, yeah.
That's really it, honestly.
Also good.
Just character development for him.
Another good Taskmaster thing is that Thunderbolts run. It's the King in Black Thunderbolts run. Again, I think also 5 issues. Not a big focus on him. And he's not super funny in there, but he has funny moments.
You see, Pia, they might not. I'm hoping, because Taskmaster's going to be in the Thunderbolts, whatever that is. Read Moon Knight. Moon Knight's good. Anyways, Taskmaster's going to be in the Thunderbolts, whatever that is. And I'm hoping they change her character to be a little more like comic one. A little fun, a little funnier. I know it's
desperately holding out hope.
It's 100% just hope. No speculation involved. I'm just praying.
Yeah. That was definitely a big disappointment for me. Taskmaster, in many regards, in the Black Widow movie. One, Taskmaster's really barely in that movie. Super advertised in that movie.
Yeah.
And
but she does have some cool action scenes.
The fight scenes and stuff are cool. And so it really got me hyped. And again, if you can think of any obscure character that you're a really big fan of. Because keep in mind, Taskmaster is a very obscure character. So to imagine one of your favorite obscure characters.
It's like if Jeff was in a movie.
Yeah.
And that's all your favorite characters, right?
Yeah, if Jeff was in a movie, but all he did was, fart and say, "What's up, Toots?" I'd be like, what have they done to my boy?
I would love Jeff in a movie. Jeff for Deadpool 3. That's all I want.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I think there is some merit to that, simply for the fact that there might be some executive that was like, people liked King Shark. What other sharks we got? I can see it happening. Because it's like what if, people think King Shark's cute. What if we make him a dog,
God. That is...
Don't make me into a marketable plush.
Oh my God, if they did, there'd be so many good products.
That's the dream.
I'll call Ryan and get Jeff his gig.
I'll voice him. I'll do the mocap for him too. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do it for free.
The mocap.
I'll do it for free.
Every time he licks is a bite.
Oh no. There will be no movie left. Speaking of Deadpool, I really hope we get Domino back. I really like Domino.
People like dogs, Ryan. Pia.
All right, now, um,
Is that
just Mom always liking to tell me that it's about to rain. Like my body doesn't already know. Anyway, it is getting about that time.
Yeah.
It's getting late. I do need to hop off and get some eBay stuff taken care
I'm
of.
gonna go pass out.
But thank you everybody for hanging out. Like I said, there was a lot of other live streams happening tonight.
Pia,
Other
night.
other giveaways. I think a brand new show maybe started tonight at 9:30 or something. So I thank everybody for hanging out here. It was a really good turnout, a really great stream, despite us being an hour late. Ooh, maybe not everybody was here earlier, but I did mention the idea. I just want to know what people think, and I'm going to make a community post about it later. What do you all think about either A, just maybe keeping the Wednesday hangout, but making it start at 9 every week, or B, maybe even finding a different day to do it? Maybe like Friday or something. I don't know. Would people? Because like I probably could do Friday at 8 would be a lot easier for me.
And me, I'm off that day.
So
I could get all the sleep I want before stream.
Because Wednesday at 8, like I get off work at 7, gotta get home, gotta, hopefully not too many people hang me up at work, and, I don't stay too long extra, I gotta get home, like I said, eat something or whatever, and, maybe do whatever else, you just got things you gotta do. Don't do Friday. I don't think people would come. That's exactly what the point of this is. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I could maybe also do Thursdays. I like having Thursdays open. Thursday is my get shit done day, so I'm kind of about that. I can't do Tuesdays. I can't do Mondays. I gotta keep it open for.
I gotta pee. I'm leaving early.
Like right now, that's like my filming day.
It's been nice.
Not that I do it often, but I need to have it available.
Adios.
I don't know. I just would like to know what people think. I might scoot you down, Waffle. Oh. About any form of potential change to the stream times. Go ahead and turn the camera off. There's no Legos there. No Stardew. Maybe later tonight. I'll have to get Chris from passing out. I do have just a very, very small amount of eBay stuff I have to do. Shouldn't take me super long. Go ahead and shoot Chris a message, though. I don't do Friday. I read that. It was a good time. Thanks for the recommendations. I'll pick up. Okay. It'd be less accessible for others, at least in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. Like, so again, I kind of talked about this earlier. If you were in the chat earlier, I apologize. I'll be repeating myself. But when I first started doing the Wednesday night streams, my idea was I want it to be on Wednesday because it's New Comic Book Day, so we can talk about comic books. But we really don't talk about comic books because most people haven't read their new comic books yet. It just came out today. I get my stuff early and read it early. It was a dumb idea on my behalf on that. So a lot of people, some people maybe have read their comic books, but then, there'll be other people in the chat like, don't spoil it yet, I haven't read it, stuff like that. So, but I've also been in other people's streams on other, like, days that I would think would be bad, that people might be busy, and they're really popular shows. One show that I'm going to be coming up on soon, February 4th, is Only Slabs, and it's every Saturday, and it does extremely well, and I would think people are doing stuff on Saturday. I never get to make it because it's while I'm at work, but, that's an extremely popular comic show, and I don't know, my mind has just been shifted recently, and I've been exploring other possibilities. Oh, if you touch days, then I'm sure everyone will support whatever you choose. Did clean the cake. Oh my god. Terrence, you're a mess. Friday at 8 p.m. sounds good. I say try it, and if it doesn't work, let's go back and see how it was. You have a good one. I'm gonna hop off. All right, take it easy, Logan. Like I said, I'll make a community post and kind of. God, he's always leaving Legos everywhere. Kind of get some ideas from people. Because there's the other thing too. Like I'm also just really busy. Like I said, I can't do Mondays. I can't do Tuesdays. I'd rather not do Thursdays. I could maybe, but I'd really rather not. I'd be fine with Saturdays. I'd be fine with Sundays. But again, like that raises the question: like, will people want to do it on the weekends? But at the same time, I think a lot of us are just a bunch of nerds that aren't going out anyway. So it's like, well, I'm at home anyway. Might as well turn on the YouTube. Friday is lads night. Saturday is recovery and activity day. Sunday is get the house in order day. Yeah, Friday would give everyone time to read the books. And that's another thing. Yeah, I was thinking about like give a little bit of space so maybe we could actually start talking about the comics of the week. You know. Because it's like I feel like something we don't really ever do, like very very little, and that was kind of the whole purpose of me starting the live stream. Not that it matters, you know. There's a lot of things you do in life with an idea attached to it, of what you think it'll be like, and then it changes into something else, and that's totally fine. But at the same time, like it would be kind of nice to talk about the comics, you know. IDK will be there. Okay, well that's another thing. Yeah, I'm just I might give it a shot. I don't know. Like I said, I'll do a community post and see what comments are left and stuff like that. But I also I enjoy the vibes that we have. I enjoy that we don't have like the biggest live stream community out there. We're very different from all the other comic live streams because all the other comic live streams are pretty much like an hour long, like to the dot, you know. They're like, we're going to run for about an hour and then I'm done. That's as much as I can take. And I have, you know, I used to do gaming live streams and whatever. And I'm used to, you know, running an 8-hour live stream and that'd be perfectly normal. I don't really want to do that anymore. But, you know, for me to be on here for 4 hours or so, no problem at all, you know. As long as I don't have too many other things I have to take care of. And I really wouldn't even mind going late into the night either, you know. Again, just depends on if I have the time to do it and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to. My point is, I don't want to like ruin the vibe. I don't, you know, if we switch over and then like some people can't make it, and it just becomes a different experience. Just a bunch of nerds hanging out. It's a great vibe. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like I like the vibe. I don't want to try to change it and then like you know, miss out on any of that. But you know, I mean, I guess if we do it and we don't like it, we can always go back. Part of me has also considered the idea of maybe doing another live stream, so doing 2 a week where we have our community hangout, but then also do another live stream that's actually more focused on comics and like bring on other people and stuff. But that would require me to organize with other people, which is something that I absolutely hate to do. So I like when we're there and everything is good to go and whatever, but I hate the planning phase of everything. But yeah, that's probably about it. I need to get off. I need to go do my eBay stuff before it's too late. Echo, shoot me a message. Shoot Chris a message. I'd like to do something later if you're down. But I'm just kind of throwing these thoughts out there and just kind of picking up whatever feedback and absorb all that knowledge and make a decision with it later. Or I'll just make a rash decision out of nowhere. Maybe I won't listen to anybody. Maybe I'll make the post and then just automatically make a decision. Be like, here it is. I don't care what your answers are. No, I do care. And I've been thinking about this for a long time anyway. So I'm now just kind of asking for input. Every dude will be fine at the end of the day. You set the tone for how it goes, and we will be there. I mean,
You're still on stream?
Yes, I'm about to hop off. Anyway, I get that, but at the same time, I think the tone is also greatly affected by who is here in the stream. So I think if we, change up the live stream and different people are here or not here, like that can greatly affect how the streams go. And
like the second I left, you all thought about leaving too, right?
pick up all these Legos you got over here.
That's
You
what
always
I'm
leave so
doing.
much trash everywhere. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I should hopefully have a couple new slabs in tomorrow, so I'll be showing them off at some point this week. And then hopefully be getting a big slab. Hopefully order it here in the next couple days, and it should be in maybe next week sometime. I'm hoping.
Bye, everybody.
Logan.
Part 2.
Without Logan, we'd have loot bots. Yeah, it'd be a whole different environment. I don't know how we manage. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. I need to look at the monitor next time.